Good day. Good day to you. Hope you had nice week or weekend or day. Let's do one more quick weekly recap. So for this week, I only traded UJ. Again, a lot of low quality setups, unfortunately. A lot of them forced. I will explain why. Again, I mentioned it in the previous weekly recap that this is something I'm still working on myself. Again, you see, you need to find something like this at your from your side. So realize what is the main problem that is holding you from better results. And for me, it's when I have an expectation, and it happens like previously on EU when like I just had a break even and then price went to take profit. I can become more emotional. Again, it's not an excuse. I'm just showing you how I think. And then sometimes I can force the trades, specifically entering with the context overall, but with no clear, like really clear confirmations. And usually what I get is a losing streak or something like that, which we can discuss now. So we had UJ trade. The context on weekly is of course bullish, and then market went for really deep mitigations on weekly to this zone and started to mitigate and show some reaction. But in this point of time, we have a lot of structural shifts on 4 hours and daily, like really clear shifts with this way we structure with structural shifts. And I was looking for this zone as my main zone to trade. And what was interesting during that week is that we created this huge gap on Monday. So this is a Monday gap on news, and I was looking to take the price shorter on this gap to fill it in, which eventually did happen, but first the price liquidated the Monday high. Yeah, so let's look at first trades. So again, we are with daily, we are with 4 hours, we are against weekly, and we are just we were stuck in this rangy price action during the Monday. And basically I was trying to short some 1 minute price action there, and some trades even showed me a reaction, even gave me the reaction, but then liquidated me. So what we had here is London session starts. We have this big move on 1 minute, on 2 minutes actually, and mitigation. And then I was trying to short this zone. It liquidated me and was trying to short couple of times more. This one went to some almost to take profit, but I guess I just I don't remember my sorry, maybe it's just an example for myself. I don't remember I took any winners here. So yeah, and what's interesting about this price action, by the way, is that pay attention for the accumulation. So how the market went, moving a bit up, a bit down, and up again, and here up, down before the New York opens. And make this bullish move. By the way, here was a possibility for loaning, and basically that was me for the Monday. It was just a losing streak. And then on Tuesday we actually created really nice bearish shifts on 15 minutes, specifically this one. So you see the market went up and then started to shift down, clear zone. This entry was before the New York, so for me it's not the optimal timing, which I'm showing here. but the structure was clear, and let's look how it looked on 1 minute. So on 1 minute, as a confirmation, we had formally the shift of structure, this move, but you see it's not confident, it's not clear. It's an average size, average quality shift and average quality setup. It went to some profit and then took me out at break even, and then during New York started to shift again, given this really clear shift on 1 minute, and then started to perform lots of inside structure. But I was willing to take a try on this because we, at this point, this was the second day of the week, we still didn't feel the gap, and based on how the market moved, so it started to move down. I actually took this trade and it went to 10R in one push, so really great trade, and it went even further to like 25. By the way, I need to take it like 25R for MFE. Really nice trade. And by the way, again, pay attention to how this zone held. I was looking at these higher ones again. It was something for me like I described on US 100, when we have a zone and then some zones just above them, but since this zone started to hold with this big gap, so this is a real specific situation that happens rarely, but given the overall bearish context, shorts here were nice. And pay attention to one more really popular mistake that I make sometimes, that people make sometimes. So a bit of contextual difference, yeah. So here we were entering in this boxy price action, so actually the entry was here. So you see, in fact, no shifts at all. If we imagine that some people entered here for shorts for some reasons, again, they are entering in this up wave market, uptrend market. And here we are entering after market went some distance to the downside and showed this really clear shifts. Again, and by the way, one more example is this one, yeah? Such a clear shift. Nice zone, nice reaction. Maybe depending on your stop loss, it will not give you like 5R, but maybe 2-3R will be okay. So downtrend in market, and now it's just ranching a bit. So this was my week. Yeah, previous 2 weeks were really hard for me, but overall still okay. Just wanted to show you that sometimes you have the direction correctly, but then you have break even or just miss the trade. Sometimes it just does not work out. But again, you see, all the losers I have, very important to remember, they're not even because of the strategy. A lot of them didn't need to happen at all. They didn't have confirmation. And by the way, later, after these losers, the market gave some confirmations and gave possibilities to enter, which I didn't use at the time. So these are important lessons to remember, and see you in the next recap.